Greetings YouTube. If you're a devil worshipper, then you've no doubt had one or more Christians cross your path and tell you that you are wrong for worshipping the devil, you are going against the one true God, and you will go to hell and suffer eternal torment when you die. Satan is a liar, and Jesus is the way. Having people say things like this can be very disturbing, especially if it's coming from someone you live with. It can be even worse if you live in the Bible Belt like I do, where almost everyone talks that way. Christians who vomit this stuff for a living can be very good at intimidating people into giving up their beliefs and becoming crazed Bible thumpers. It can be especially hard tolerating this malarkey when you are a young devil worshipper living under the thumbs of fundamentalist Christian parents. But I'm here to tell you that if you truly have the devil in you, then you will have the strength of Set on your side. Others may try to shake your faith by smothering you with their propaganda, their circular reasoning, and their bullshit. But it won't have any effect, because when you're marked, you're marked. And the person who has the mark has the power to overcome all of this tomfoolery. So you just have to ask yourself, what kind of person am I? Am I just a dabbler who's going to be brainwashed and bullied by some fear-mongering evangelists? Or am I a motherfucking soldier of Set, born and raised by the Dark Lord himself? I know for sure that I'm a soldier of Set, but what about you? Only you can figure that out. Whenever I get some buck-toothed Bible thumper trying to make mincemeat out of my beliefs, here's what I do. First, I evaluate the situation. I think to myself, do I really want to get into it with this guy? Is it really worth it? If not, I'll simply smile, nod my head, and walk away. If you are a young devil worshipper living under the thumbs of your fundamentalist Christian parents, then I would strongly suggest that you don't get into it with them. They own the house you live in, the clothes you're wearing, the bed you sleep on, and the food you eat. Until you're old enough to move out and buy your own groceries, you're just going to have to suck it up and live with it. I know it's hard, but just remember this, if you've truly got the mark of Set upon your soul, then it won't matter what your parents say or do. It won't matter how many times they drag you to some youth group. It won't matter if they pawn your entire Merciful Fate collection. If you've got the devil's mark, you will rise above it. You will live through it, and one day, you will look back and you will laugh at them. You will deliver yourself by your own body and brain, and you will remain true to who and what you really are. Nothing, not even being forced to watch Left Behind, the movie every day and every night, can take the mark away from you. But let's get back to our buck-toothed Bible thumper. If I should decide for some reason that I think it's worthwhile to argue with Jimmy the Jesus Freak, I'll tell him, look, I've already made my decision, thanks. And all the snake oil salesmen in the world can't persuade me to change my mind. But if you really want to convert me that bad, I'll tell you what. Give me scientific proof that every single one of your theological claims is true, and I'll not only convert to Christianity, but I'll wash your feet. And I'll vote Republican to boot. And 9 times out of 10, here's what Jimmy the Jesus Freak says in response, but you can't prove God with science. You have to have faith. And then I'll say, faith, eh? Well, I've got plenty of that. You see, nobody ever asked me to worship the devil. He just introduced himself to me one day, and it was love at first sight. I have some pretty strong spiritual experiences under my belt, and I have absolute faith in them. But here you are, telling me that I need to put my faith in your spiritual experiences instead of my own. Now why in hell should I do that? I have direct reference to my own experiences, not to yours. I know what I've experienced, I know what it felt like, I know it really happened, and I know I'm being honest to myself about it. On the other hand, I don't know what you've really experienced, just what you claim to have experienced. I don't know what it really felt like for you, only what you claim it felt like. I don't know if it really happened, only that you claim it really happened. And I don't know if you're being honest with yourself about your beliefs at all. You could just be deceiving yourself to believe in them. So if you're going to ask me to put my faith into your experiences instead of my own, then you need to prove them to me scientifically. I need proof that I can see, hear, taste, touch or smell with my own senses. And if you can't give me this kind of proof, then you're wasting your time and your breath, buddy. And then Jimmy the Jesus freak will probably say something like, "But the Bible says." I don't care what the Bible says. The Bible was written by a bunch of guys who lived thousands of years ago. I'm not able to ask any of them for scientific proof, so I'm even less inclined to believe in their so-called experiences than I am to believe in yours. And if you only believe what you do because it says so in the Bible, then that makes your beliefs even less credible in my view, because your faith is based on someone else's experiences instead of your own.